Hi. Welcome to Yael and Matt recap.
We have weird
stuff.
hours to do that, like every time. It's 1 a.m. right now.
Yes.
Super tired.
And I've made a promise to not make her feel stupid by saying things that could become insensitive. Even though right before we started she said hit play. And we're recording, not playing. What? You said push play.
Yeah, in Hebrew we say just play.
Okay.
Let's play.
In English we say,
you
just said hit play.
I'm even not sure if it's that. Anyway, we just watched a movie that calls Oculus.
It's called Oculus.
Because?
It's based on, I don't know why.
So Oculus means...
Well, did you look it up? Okay.
Yes, I did. I did my homework. What am I, you?
You were you were cramming to do your homework. That's not your homework. You were just doing it before.
These are my homework,
before
kids.
You passed the
when you grow
exam.
up, you have like the coolest homework in the world. You can do whatever you want as a homework.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to school and stuff, and then...
Your homework is to stay up late, watch
Be a comedian. It's fun.
Is it? We don't do comedy anymore.
I'm writing my notes with like humor. You're just writing what's happening in the movie.
Yeah, I know. This is a work in progress. By the end of the month, we'll make this funny.
Yeah, no.
We'll not interrupt each other. Well, check it means good idea.
You're making, you wish. So, I just want him to shake his butt. Anyway, so I'm working right now on... I'm learning, how do you say that, like, making wider, like, my skills.
Wider.
I'm widening my skills.
Widening diversifying your portfolio.
What portfolio?
You're
I'm still learning.
Stuff.
I'm still in, like, step 1 of, like, YouTube.
Step 1. Yell instead of talking so that the volume levels are louder. And then you have to adjust them later when you're learning to edit.
Yeah, but I'm learning through that, which is amazing. What did you learn?
I learned
recently?
That I came home from work early tonight, and
I'm always right.
You were editing for 5 hours before we could watch this movie, and now it's 1 a.m.
Yeah, I know, because I care about you people. I'm getting better.
On Facebook.
Yeah, anyway, so I'm learning to do that, and by the end of the month, hopefully I will get better. And by better, I mean let's write a short horror movie, film it, and then we're gonna recap it. Yeah,
right before we hit play on this, we saw that it's based on a short film.
It's gonna be based on a short film.
Called Oculus Part 3, The Man with the Plan. It's about a half an hour. It's on YouTube. You can watch that for free too. Maybe we should do a recap of that as a little bonus to this. Like a 5-minute recap.
Maybe.
If we talk 30 minutes about a 30-minute movie, that's not...
It's gonna be 10 minutes recap.
But...
Anyway, the movie was cool. I liked it. It says in the beginning that it's a WWE studio movie, and Matt was happy.
Well, we watched it on it's being recorded on a Monday night, so WWE is...
it's Raw.
Yeah, it's not... we're not watching Raw.
Raw.
We're not watching the show where wrestlers row boats. WWE row.
Anyway, the movie was cool. I liked it. Do you want to tell them whatever you wrote about everything?
No, I'm not gonna read my
You're not
notes
talking
this
today?
time.
Why? You fell asleep again.
I did. Yeah, maybe for like a moment, but...
It doesn't matter. It's still one more moment than me, and I barely slept at night, and I woke up super early to make sure that our people that watching us are happy. And they're getting what they want. Just tell us what you want, because I'm not sure about it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they're getting better audio levels this time.
This time probably, yes. I hope so. If not, I'm sorry. Just come over to our living room. We're gonna tell you everything.
Yeah.
We can make it 2 hours if you want.
Or you can live next door from us and hear everything we're saying.
Yeah.
They're getting a live podcast.
Wow, that movie is amazing. They have no idea what we're talking about. So the movie is Oculus. It was on Netflix, so you can watch it. It's a weird story about like. Do you want to tell that?
It's
I'll
a
give
story
my.
about
I'll talk over you.
it's just, you're killing it so far. It's about a kid who is just getting out of a mental institution. There's an event in his childhood. Him and his older sister, their parents are both dead. That's a theme for every movie we're watching. It has to have at least one dead parent. This one has them both eventually. Some of them that started out with it, but this one, something happened. And
it's something like you discover through the movie. So they're like the today movie, like what's happening right now, and there's like the when they were kids and the parents died somehow. So I really like the way that they moved from the past to the today. I think they did a great job with it.
Yeah, they go back and forth between the past and the present, and they just build the story. They teach you what happened and
when it started, no idea why it was my choice, this movie. I had no idea why. It started really weird. Kind of like, what's going on? Is it a horror movie? Is it like a college movie? I don't know. You like looked young. And I wasn't sure if it's a horror movie.
I was definitely sure it wasn't a college movie. There was no classrooms or campuses.
Not
mascots.
like in the college, but like like I don't know, like young kids, not kids, young people are having like some
fellow 21-year-olds.
Check it.
There was a 21-year-old boy. He was and his older sister.
You could go to college if he didn't kill his father.
So that's what happens. He kills his father, and their mother was killed by the father. Everyone, I don't know, something that we know. It doesn't really get into what happened to him, besides this caused him great mental strain, and he had to be locked up for a pretty long time, because when they flash back to when he was a kid,
He's
10 years old, so it's 11 years away from society.
And he looks fine for 11 years away of like society.
Yeah.
People after like a couple of months and the Big Brother coming back creepy and crazy.
Yeah, the reality
like,
show
pretty
Big
good.
Brother.
Yeah.
So he looks like he's in good shape.
Yeah, it looks
Maybe
good.
WWE has to train their actors. They're at the performance facility in Florida working it out.
The kid that played his young version reminded me a lot of Haley Joel Osment.
From Tusk?
Yeah, from Tusk. Yeah, but it reminded me of him like as a kid in The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. Isn't he like 6 years old or 7 years old in The Sixth Sense?
Yeah, but this kid was like 10, but he had like small eyes and it was cute. It was very like.
He doesn't look anything like Haley Joel Osment, but they were both
my
child
opinion.
actors. In your opinion, they're both child actors. So they
He did.
Yeah. Shit went down because of a mirror, and the mirror is introduced because his sister now works at an auction house.
Auction house? That's how you call it?
Yeah, they're having estate sales.
Estate sales.
So
I wrote myself how to say that.
So when someone dies, they I don't know how estate sales work. If someone dies and has no relatives, or there's no will, some estate sale company comes in and they just sell their shit at auction. So there's a big bidding war over this mirror, and it's made with Lasser glass. It's old. It has some fancy wood cut from one sheet around it. They know a lot about this big mirror, although it dates back to the 16th or 17th century. And it has a small crack on the bottom of it. Just a hairline crack. And the bidding begins at $10,000, and immediately someone bids on it. Do you remember what the total bid amount went?
I don't remember. I didn't write it down.
Yeah, but essentially she didn't bid on it. She works there, and then her brother is getting out of not juvenile hall, but mental juvenile hall. Graduates, even though he describes a dream to a psychiatrist where instead of shooting his dad, he's shooting his young sister, and he hears this and basically makes the diagnosis that means that he's totally fine and he has taken responsibility for his actions.
Go kill your sister.
Go move in with your sister. Although that's her suggestion that he move in with her for a while, her and her fiance for a little bit. So as soon as he gets out, the sister's like, "Good news, I found it. We're gonna kill it now." Talking about the mirror. So, that's what you want to greet your...
Just kill mirrors in your life.
Traumatic
if you like kill a mirror, it's like 70 years of bad luck. Not 7.
Yeah.
If you just break it, 7. You kill it, 70.
Yeah, so, and...
Don't kill mirrors.
So the crack, we don't find out until later how it got cracked.
How it got cracked?
Yeah, we find out how it got cracked later. We'll get to that. You don't remember?
No.
Maybe you fell asleep during that scene.
No, I didn't.
Well, it was a pretty major moment in the movie when the mirror gets cracked. And that means, because this takes place 11 years after the incident, they've had 4 years of good luck, but we don't know all about it. And I guess the good luck was maybe that she worked at an auction house, hoping that this mirror would cross her path again, and she could get her revenge as soon as her slightly mentally unstable brother is out and free, and she immediately puts him into this harebrained scheme. So she gets the mirror, she acquires it before it gets sent to the bidder. She brings it to their old house, which is still vacant.
And before that, so what's with like horror movies and things under sheets? Like I've never in my life I've never seen anything like covered with sheets.
Well,
can you turn off the TV, please? It's bothering me. Thank you.
What's with horror movies and things with sheets?
I think
you've never seen things covered in sheets that are like prevent against dust?
No, I've never saw that. Like I saw that many times in horror movies, but that's it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I've definitely seen furniture in an old room that doesn't get used, covered in sheets, or things. If you're painting, you cover it with sheets.
Yeah, when you're painting, but you put like nylon on it. Like
I don't know. I mean, I've seen. I don't know how big a practice it is.
The first time that I saw that, I think it was in. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Ooh,
yeah, I said it right.
You've had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
If you watched any.
Yeah, I wrote it down like 3 times and no.
Yeah.
So.
But it's also kind of a trope where like, it's a Halloween costume is a ghost and it's just a sheet with 2 holes in the eyes.
Yeah.
And like, there was a play on that. So basically, they're in the auction house.
And then I learned from E.T.
It's just stuff over it preventing against dust or preventing people going around poking it or bumping into it with something.
This is a pretty furniture.
But
let's keep it under the sheet that no one would get.
Yeah. So this is kind of a cool scene though, because she sees in the mirror.
I had another thing. The father reminded me of Murph from Impractical Jokers, but with hair.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you're gonna see him again, you're gonna be, yeah, okay. A little bit more
because he had a 5 o'clock shadow.
His face were like a little more round maybe, but it reminded me
all white people look alike to Israelis.
Oh, what?
Haley Joel Osment and this kid.
Yeah, they look alike, and this game were...
If you think that Haley
Joel memory
Osment
game, now
and this kid look alike, leave a comment.
Help me! Be on my side, please.
Yeah. So the scene, I mean, this is just like a detail. Did you notice when she looked in the mirror and then She sees the 3 covered sheets behind her.
Yeah, and
They look like people, and she goes over and very tentatively pulls the first one off, and it's a statue. And then she pulls the second one off, it's a statue. And then the mover guy comes in and scares her and says, "All right, we're ready to get the mirror out of here." And the third thing is gone.
Oh yeah, you didn't notice before that?
No, I just noticed
No,
that.
so
I didn't just notice it. I waited to talk about it now.
So what happened? What happened is that she felt like something is moving his head through her, through the sheets, and she turned around and she saw 2 things, and then she turned around to the mirror, and then she saw 3 things, and then she turned back and she saw 2 things again, and then again in the mirror. So it was like kind of through the mirror she saw 2 things, 3 things, and then in reality she saw 2. Then after she looked again, there were 3, so she went back there. And anyway, there were like 2 things there.
Alright, we've spent way too much time talking about sheets and things.
2 and 3 and sheets.
So they go to their house that their parents were killed in, or that they killed one parent and one parent killed the other parent in. And she has set up this array of video cameras on different circuit boards. She has timers, so...
Where's the little dog?
Where's the little dog?
Yeah, the brother, yeah, she brought the little dog, and she called him Dog, and then the brother was like, "That's how you called him?" And she's like, "No, it doesn't have a name."
Yep.
That was weird.
She brought a dog
A
that
dog.
she has no connection with,
Yeah.
for part of this experiment, because when they lived in the house and everything went wrong with the mirror, the plants were dying instantly. They'd been moved into the house for about a day, and they had a dog that started acting weird, this family dog.
Then he disappeared. And
And-
then
and-
in the research that she did, they had like more dogs who disappeared that never been found.
Yeah, so a bunch of stuff happened like that we learn about as she starts to set up this thing and explains the history of the mirror and all this research that she's done about people who have had the mirror in their possession and have died, and terrible things have happened to them. And yes, it also includes dogs dying. From
Not
time to
dying,
time.
disappearing. The dogs were disappeared. Another thing, so she's telling her brother something like, "Yeah, I'm 23," or she's saying to the camera. No, she had an army of MacBooks and like crazy cameras and crazy equipment of like recording and stuff. And I looked at it and like, when I was 23, I don't think they even have money for like GoPro.
It's credit cards, and she's got 4 years of good luck, so she could have been
Win the lottery.
winning a lot of scratch tickets in
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah, let's buy a lot of MacBooks.
She's got a good job at the estate sale. Maybe people were died and left all their
Yeah,
equipment.
probably.
So she explains this. Her brother thinks she's crazy. He's probably not happy that he's in this situation where he has to keep learning about all this crazy shit, reliving his parents' death and the fact that he killed his father with a gun to save the 2 of them. And so he's not really that psyched. She
was too confident in everything. I didn't like that in the beginning.
I don't know. I mean, she was pretty right on. She looked in the research. People died of dehydration because...
Yeah, but she talked like this, and I know everything, blah, 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 and you don't. And everyone is gonna listen to me now. And also the way that she's walking in the beginning, she's like, she has her ponytail. It's super annoying.
Girls hate girls. That's what we've learned so far. There's nothing annoying. She's determined.
It is. It's like I'll talk with you like this, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do, and when... Oh yeah, I am like this. Never mind.
Yeah. I feel like I've had enough lines in the movie as the brother has, because the girl is just talking the whole time.
That's what we do.
Into a video camera.
That's what we do. Not only to video camera, to everything. That's why we are here.
You.
And all the girls in the world. Yay! Girl power. Talk. Well?
So they set up all this thing, and then you learn about how when they moved into the house, there's stress. The kids are playing laser tag in the yard, and the girl looks into the house, and Dad has just set up the mirror. He didn't even want the mirror. The wife wanted it. He was fine with IKEA furniture, and she wanted to have antiques, so they put it in his office, and he's working in there. And he's getting stressed out. And it's sort of like he is kind of a miniature Jack Nicholson character from The Shining, but in his office instead of a whole vast hotel room. Because he just starts becoming irritable and wanting to be away and getting mad and yelling at his kids and his wife and not wanting to leave, but instead of the hotel affecting him, it's the mirror. And he bites his nails till they're bloody.
And I saw that and I thought about you. It might happen to you too. Stop picking your nails.
I don't bite my nails. I pick
picking,
skin around my
it's
cuticles.
terrible. I can't see that.
But
you know that even if I see people on the street do that, I want to like...
Yeah,
automatically.
you should try to see how that goes for you.
They're going to be in shock. What? Yeah. I'm sweet.
So she learns that 45 deaths have been caused, at least that she's been able to research in the mirror, and people that have died are not responsible for their actions. She's basically trying to clear her dad's name and also destroy the mirror. And then like the brother says, yeah, well, why don't we just smash it? And she says, you don't remember? And then it flashes back to them trying to smash it. Obviously it didn't work, but maybe that's where that crack came from. We're wondering. We know there's a crack on it. And then he just dramatically pulls off the sheet. Yeah. Decides not to smash it. He says it's for her own good or something.
She should do that.
And then...
that's what he's telling her.
And then she says, oh, it's just the mirror defending itself. And she has a kitchen timer that's not based on electricity, hooked up to a boat anchor. It's positioned in the ceiling that could swing down and hit the mirror to destroy it if they don't peel back the timer. So basically that's her ace in the hole. If something goes wrong, then the mirror will be destroyed. There's the other timers that go off, so they drink water, they eat food, they change the videotapes. Very Twin Peaks Season 3, Episode 1-esque.
Yeah, but there was in the beginning a long time that he tried to convince her that she's crazy and nothing ever happened.
Oh, and the dog. We didn't explain the dog part. He kind of put the horse before the cart, or the dog sled before the cart on that one. She brings this dog she has no connection to. She might have got it from a pound, but it looks like a purebred Boston Terrier. Puts it in a cage with a sheet over it.
Boston Terrier with a Chihuahua. It was like too small.
Puts it up to the cage with a sheet over it, up to the mirror.
They love sheets.
And she's claiming that the dog is going to be taken away by the mirror or destroyed or dealt with or something. Because we later learned that their dog went into the office when Dad wasn't home. They couldn't open the door. And when he got home, they opened the door. It wasn't there. The kid remembers that Tim. It's Tim and Kaylee, brother and sister. Tim remembers them calling and bringing it to the vet. Kaylee says she spent the day there and it never came out of the room. So reality and perception are different. The movie played with that in a fun way because you don't know if because Tim is crazy or
and who's crazy.
Yeah, it could just be two sides to every story.
Yeah, and then she like
3 sides to every story.
She kind of started to believe him that maybe she is a little bit crazy. So she's going back with tears to the room with the camera and the mirror. and the cameras they moved, and they were, how you say that, like in front of each other.
Yeah, they were lens to lens.
So
multiple
she was
cameras, different angles, but then she had one on the wall that showed the whole room. And when they went in there, like after they had this whole thing, you're crazy, shut the cameras off, let's just leave.
She's like, okay, I'll do that. And then she's going to the room and he's like, oh my god, yes, yes. She was so happy. And I was like, yeah, probably she was so happy that she didn't waste all that very expensive equipment that she bought.
Yeah, and this is Tim just freed the dog. The dog is out.
Yeah,
he ran
never
away.
came back. Never heard of him.
That's a stray dog. It's never been to this house before. I don't know.
I didn't like that dog anyway.
What? Okay. You said
I
that for 5 seconds because
it
didn't have a name?
They had like a Labrador when they were kids, or a Golden Retriever. I wasn't sure. I think it was a Lab. He was really cute. Yeah, the other dog even that didn't have a name. That's like weird.
Yeah, 'cause she doesn't want to have a beloved pet that she sacrifices to a... You know, I'm not saying that it's like... Maybe she rescued the dog from a kill shelter and brought it here to
die in a different way.
A worse kind of a kill shelter.
Yeah, she's a volunteer in the kill shelter.
Maybe, yeah, or maybe the dog was auctioned off. It was the family pet of the estate of some other house that didn't have the mirror. And then we learned, you know, basically the flashes back and forth. Parents are not getting along. Dad's brutal hangnail. He rips off with a pair of staple removers, and Mom is yelling at him for not leaving the office.
27 minutes.
He calls her a grotesque cow, but it's the mirror. The voice is a little bit different. So things continue to progress. They fight. The kids argue. Nobody's getting along. Nobody's happy. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. They watch the footage. They see that they're talking and moving the cameras on their own. They know that didn't happen. So reality is being questioned back and forth as Dad continues to get crazy. Is there any like particular scenes or anything
No.
that I've moved over?
No.
Because it's a ton of stuff happens, and it's interesting.
So there's that like girl or lady, like long hair, white eyes.
Ma'am is the preferred term.
Huh?
No.
Ma'am.
Yeah, they
Darling.
see an apparition of like a dead girl.
Yeah, she was like kind of like I like that like idea
With
of
like glowing eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah. So she was. I believe that like they could make her a little scarier, which she wasn't like. The makeup wasn't right.
Yeah, and we saw her like the first 5 seconds of the movie in Tim's dream, and so she doesn't come in like as in creepy, scary ways like in Veronica, you know, where you see like the apparition behind her or something.
Yeah, she was just standing there, like she was like, yeah.
Yeah, and they just kind of use it over and over again. Like she'll be in a different area. She's in the office with Dad.
They could definitely do that part with her like scarier, much scarier. I don't know why they didn't do that because there's so much more potential to like be scary. But I really like the idea of the movie that you're like. It reminded me like movies on the not the same level, but like Inception or Shelter Island that you're like.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island. Huh?
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island. Yes,
there was Shelter on the Island.
Shelter on the Island. I watched it in the movies. Like it was like almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah. Was it at a drive-through or was it a movie that had Shelter?
Shelter. I watched it in the Shelter. So that you're not sure like what's happening, if it's real, if it's not real, if it's a dream. Or there's someone is crazy. None of them is crazy. Am I crazy? And I like that thing. I like that theme of movies. And I like Haley Joel also. I'm kidding.
I like that when they were kids, he's trying to get Mom goes into the room and she tries to throw something at the mirror because she's frustrated, and the mirror kind of like prevents it from hitting it, and then takes hold of her, brings her up to the mirror. She sees herself like ripping open her dress, and she has a cut in her.
Oh, you fell asleep before that. She was in bed with her husband, and she told him that, like, I think she had, like, how do you call it? Nituach keisari, when the baby is born from the
C-section?
A C-section, yeah. So she had like a
scar?
C-section scar, and she told him that she feels disgusting with it. That's why he called her the cow.
A grotesque cow. Yeah, so she goes up, and there's this, basically it's a C-section, but freshly stitched, and she cuts it open, and so she's bleeding, and
they had good, like, disgusting moments. I don't like disgusting that much, but it's like, it's part of horror movies, and they were very good at it. So one of them, my favorite, was that the girl she puts like a bulb.
A light bulb.
A light bulb next to an apple, and then instead of taking the apple, she takes the bulb, and then she just like bite it, and then she has a lot of like blood and like glasses from her mouth, and then the brother is coming, and it's the apple. So
yeah.
But that scene of like her like taking out like glasses, they did it very well. It was really disgusting, in a good way.
Took out a pair of eyeglasses and sunglasses.
it's like the
glass, just glass.
Glass. You remind me. She's a very good magician, but instead of like, no, that's a circus, no. Instead of like, what did they take out of their mouth?
Handkerchiefs.
What?
Cloths.
Cloths.
Handkerchiefs.
Yeah. But with glasses.
Yeah.
Ray-Ban and like everything.
Yeah.
Dior. I love glasses.
Yeah. So they when shit starts going wrong, and then like dad chains mom up, and that's how you know that's, I guess that's one way to prevent against the divorce. She starts like removing her teeth.
We're in 32 minutes.
Biting broken pieces of plates, and sister Kaylee she goes to check on the mom, and wants to call a doctor, see what's wrong. Dad won't let her call a doctor. They call on their own, and the doctor says you have to have your mom call. You have to have your dad call. They call a different doctor. It's the same voice, and that's very creepy.
It's a kind of a loop of they're not really get what do they need to do and how and to get out of it. But it's kind of creepy to be with both of your parents or trying to kill you. It's kind of a stressful movie situation. And then her phone and then she's trying to understand what's real, what's not. She's taking out her phone, and she's like, oh, that's like in real life she can see a plate broken on the floor. Mm-hmm. Then with her phone she can't see that, so she's like, oh, that's good, like finally I found like what's real and what's not. And then she picks one of the glass of the broken plate, and then her fiancé is behind her and she kills him.
No, she thinks she sees a ghost or like a ghoul in front of her.
Yeah.
It says her name, and so she instinctively stabs it in the neck with what she thinks is the broken
fake
plate on the ground.
Yeah. But then she was like, okay, it was fake, but no, it wasn't.
No, because she had broken the pot from one of the dead plants, and so she really killed her fiance.
Maybe not. We don't really get answers at the end of the movie.
I think we get an answer for that one, because she sees it through her phone. And
oh my god, so that's real.
Well, you could see the difference between other things before.
We're really late on our podcast. I want to go home.
Yeah.
Alright, so then the end.
Then the end. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook.
No! The end of the movie. So everybody dies. No, not yet. But there's a lot of like confusion about like.
Well, things get weaved in.
Is this real or not?
It's been cutting back and forth between 11 years ago and the present, but then things kind of get twisted in a real cool way, where you see the older brother Tim looking in at the younger brother and what he was going through the night that his dad went fully nuts and killed his mom and tried to kill the two of them. And so you see it happen, and then it cuts back to the perspective of what's going on now. And they keep getting separated, the two of Kaylee and Tim, into different rooms. And you see how things ended with Dad trying to strangle her, and then he saves her. And he shoots his dad
His
with a
dad
gun.
shoots himself, basically,
Well,
through him.
basically, his dad helps him pull the trigger. And
Because
so,
his dad, in a moment, like, got, like, he understood what's happening, and it's like, no, I don't, like, so he preferred to die.
So when his dad's body gets shot back, he's dead. He hits the mirror, cracking it.
Oh.
So that's how the crack.
Okay, what? I didn't notice that. Good job.
Well, I was aware.
Maybe I wrote something.
Well.
Yes, I wanted like
There's
a
no way
better
of telling
end
if
though.
you know.
I don't know. I guessed in the beginning that this movie would have like a better end, like a
But
nicer
most
end.
of these
was a
movies are not going to have
good
nice
movie.
endings.
So basically, what happened at the end is that he killed his sister in a beautiful way. So she, as a young girl, looked at the mirror. She saw her mom there, and her mom put her hand like that to give her a hug, and she went to the mirror. She gave her a hug, and at the same time, he, as a grown-up, looking at the mirror, and was like, "Oh my God!" The timer went on. That's like the best time to just like destroy the mirror, but he can't see his sister there, because they not always see what's real or what's not real. So he doesn't see his sister. He just see the mirror, and the hook just going right to the anchor, right into his sister, that part of the body.
Yeah, like impales her in the back of the neck.
And she's like,
yeah.
She farted from her mouth. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. So he gets dragged away by the police in the same way that he was being dragged away from the police in the first one.
Which doesn't make sense.
Saying the whole time it's the mirror. The mirror did it.
But from the other hand, it might
doesn't
be.
Make sense?
Listen, from the other hand, it might be him. It's open for like, you can think whatever you want. And I like to think that he was really crazy since he was a kid, and when he was a kid, he killed his mom, his father, and they just took him away. There's no mirror. Nothing's real.
Okay, it's an interpretation of it.
Yeah, my opinion.
I interpreted it as all the dead dogs over the years that have gone into the mirror were striking back against humans mistreating them, and firecrackers on the 4th of July scaring them annually. So they had their revenge.
Or maybe there is no farm. When your dog is dead when you're a kid and your parents send your dog to a farm. So it's not a farm, it's a mirror. So from now on, parents tell their kids that the dog is in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to have 4 years of good luck.
Yeah, and if you're going to keep asking questions, dad is going to kill mom, and mom is going to like try to kill you. And then your brother is going to kill your dad, and then you might kill you with an anchor into a mirror. So don't start talking about the mirror. Alright, fun fact. The movie was shot in 24 days.
Oh?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that it's like...
Over 11 years.
Yeah.
24 days over the course of 11 years.
Yeah.
24 shooting days.
And another fun fact that I think that's what we should do a recap bonus for is Dobara. Dobara, it's the name of the Bollywood remake.
They made a Bollywood
Yes! Can we watch that?
Maybe we'll do a double feature.
Where is the mirror? It is the mirror! Mirror! Up! I really want to watch that. Where is the mirror?
Yeah.
I've never watched any like Indian horror movie.
Have you watched any Indian movies?
Like Bollywood? Yeah, I watch. I think we had like in Israel like once a week or something somewhere.
Once a week?
Yeah, like every Friday afternoon or something. They used to like put some.
When people aren't allowed to watch TV, they put Bollywood on.
No, we used to like that and like Arabic movies. and bold and beautiful every
But
day.
can you name
at
the
4.
title of a Bollywood movie?
No. Definitely not. Alright,
I'd like to watch a documentary about some, bad stuff that happens to people that starred in those movies. It could be called Be True Bollywood Story.
Let's watch a Bollywood movie and we're gonna recap it.
Okay.
Next month is gonna be a Bollywood month recap.
All Bollywood. Which means we have to go to the Indian
To the
food
7-Eleven.
place. Indian food places.
We can go to 7-Eleven. Give me all the movies you have.
7-Eleven doesn't show Bollywood movies. We could do.
Yeah, but maybe behind the counter they have like.
I don't think so. They have a $4 bin of various Air Bud sequels.
Alright, stop racism. You
Yeah.
see, and then you're saying that. No, I'm kidding.
I didn't say anything racist.
Me neither.
Do you want to do that voice and dance again? Alright. Sorry, any Indian friends. We love cricket. Thank you.
I don't like Indian food though. But it's not racism. I also don't like Ashkenazi food.
Yeah.
It's tasteless.
Ashkenaz. Yeah. People
That's
don't know
it.
what that is.
It's the gefilte fish. And
Yeah. Alright. Good night. Thanks
good
for
night.
watching.
I think they're more tired than us.
Or
already.
listening. Okay.
Alright, I'm going to keep editing. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. We didn't say that. Subscribe. Like us on Instagram, on Facebook, on wherever you want. Just like us.
Yeah, there's going to be a new one of these every day in October.
Mm-hmm.
If a mirror doesn't kill us.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. What we're watching tomorrow?
It's your choice.
What did I say?
You didn't say
I did?
anything.
I don't remember. Okay, surprise tomorrow.
Oh, you said God told me to.
Oh yeah, I really want to watch
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so tomorrow God told me to.
Alright,
It's from 76.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam, and Allahu Akbar.
Alright.
God bless us.
Peace be with you.
Stop doing that! Peace and love.